Hi everyone, welcome to the Flowbyte Endless Runner tutorial part 2. Last video we got the player in and moving around. In this video we will be concentrating on the platform generator. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just click on the cube that we put in the previous video. I'm going to delete that out, and then we're going to create an empty game object and name that platform generator. This is the object that will be responsible for creating all the platforms that the character will run along. It'll have, down the line, it will have the obstacles, the pickups coming along, so on and so forth. The other thing to remember is to set the position in the world space for this game object to 0. Next up, what we're going to do, if you haven't got this already, this is not compulsory or anything, we're just going to create a empty prefabs folder for all the platforms to go into over time as we create them. You can also drag and drop the Flowbyte ones, but in this video we'll be showing you how to start it from scratch. The next thing we're going to do is create an empty game object. This is going to be our first platform. The way that these platforms work is that there'll always be empty game objects, and you will have other game objects that are parented to them. The other thing to remember is zero out the game object, so when you make it a prefab, it won't be in some strange place. So once you've created that empty game object, we're going to create a cube with inside that, and this will be what the platform actually is, where your player actually runs on. For the cube size, this is entirely up to you and just experimenting with it. But for now, what we're doing is going 12 on the X scale, 12 on the Z scale, and then 1 for the Y. And once you've done that, once we've got our first basic platform, we're going to drag the platform itself into the prefabs folder. Now that we have our first platform prefab, which is exciting, look at it, it looks great. We are going to go to the platform generator and start working with this script by adding the platform generator script. So the first thing you're going to want to do within this script is click the drop down of the platform prefabs, click the plus icon and add in the platform that's just been made. You can then delete out the prefab within the scene, so there would be nothing but the player. We're then going to click on the platform generator itself, and we're going to go through some of the attributes. The first one you have is the spawn Z. This is the location that the platforms will actually spawn at. So in this case, it's a constant increasing number and it's at -12. That means the next platform will be spawned at -24, then -36, etc, etc. The next one we have is the platform length. This is telling the generator how far each platform needs to be from one another and just the general length of it, so it's all seamless. In this case we've got it set to 12, but it should be set to 24, so go back into the platform and change the cube size to 24, and then that's all good. Next up we have the platform generator safe zone. This is to delete the platforms that are behind the player as you run past them. We set that to 28 in this instance, and that means the moment that the player gets 28 units in front on the Z-axis from any of the platforms, they'll then delete. After safe zone, we have the max platform amount. That's pretty self-explanatory. This is how many platforms can be in a scene at any given time. So 10 seems to be a good number because you can't really see very far beyond that, so you wouldn't be able to tell anyways. The last platform index can be left alone, as that's more of just a reference and a debug for the platform itself, just to see which one it spawned last. We then finally have the start timer. This is the time before the platforms actually create. It's within seconds. This is useful for things where you have like maybe an intro at the start of your scene every time you play, camera animation or something like that. This also is used, in our case, we used it for, we have some starting platforms that are always within the scene, and then the player will run off them and it will go into the platform generator. Then once that's done, the platform generator script is filled in, you can click play and you'll find that you have the bare bones to an endless runner. You can run, jump, shoot, slide, and you have a constant stream of platforms coming towards you. Obviously it doesn't look great right now, so the next thing we'll do is just pretty it up a bit. And also within the next video, we'll be showing you how to do the obstacles, as well as have a lot of randomization on each prefab. So you can have some with a few blocks, some with no blocks, some with some coins, and whatever else. The rest of this video, is just showing you how to quickly put in some walls, and we're going to change the materials just to make it look a little bit more pleasant. That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and look forward to the next one.